This just in, more than 85,000 people have voted early in Harris County. The process of voting in this country is always evolving, and so is the job of polling the public's opinion.
Yeah, that old method of calling people randomly isn't working like it used to, and a lot of folks don't even want to take part in a survey. Ron Trevino talks with Houston pollsters trying to adjust to the new climate.
Well, before we hit the polls and even after, pollsters are hard at work getting the pulse of public opinion and trends.
It's the best option we have. It's less perfect and less reliable than it was 10 to 20 years ago, but it still is much better than trying to interpret public opinion based on what you see on Twitter or Facebook or what you hear someone saying as you walk along the street.
Mark Jones is Senior Research Associate at the University of Houston Hobby School and Political Science Fellow at Rice University. He's been doing polls for years. Decades ago, polls were done using landlines and live operators. Times have changed. Nowadays, people have cell phones and are less likely to answer and take part. So the Hobby School tried texting in their most recent survey.
That actually, I think, is a preferable method in some ways to live operator surveys, because people are far more likely to answer a text message and online survey than to talk on the phone.
But another issue is many people seem to not even want to take part in polls. Veteran pollster and KHOU political analyst Bob Stein calls it the Trump effect.
And that's led to an enormous amount of distrust, not just of elections, but people who conduct elections, and of course, the media.
Stein says the best survey is an exit poll, asking voters about their choices immediately after they leave the polls.
But we can't do exit polling like we used to, largely because of the COVID threat in 2020, and even now, that threat is still there. So one of the problems with polling is that we can't quite do it like we used to.
But that doesn't mean polling is going away, and perhaps the biggest reason for that is candidates aren't going away. They rely on polls more than anyone. Ron Trevino, KHOU 11 News.